What's up, world? You already know where you're at if you're looking at me today. We are inside the fact. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm trying to strap the microphone on today, but listen, today we got a good one, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a good one. Okay, this today is the story on getting knocked out over your place on the phone list. Okay, you getting knocked out over your place on the phone list, okay? First and foremost, I'm not doing all the shout outs today, okay? This is not going to be a long one because as you can hear me say, dude gets knocked out over the phone, but it's a great story. I got a few shout outs, but I'm doing it a little differently. I'm just going to give you the shout outs as you come into the story, all right? So, without further ado, this is a street fight. This is in the Harrisburg streets. This is in the halfway house uptown at Capitol Pavilion, okay? 2012, all right? I'm jumping straight into the story. None of the analytics. Let's go, all right? Boom. Shout out to my man, Lamar Johnson. You know, Pup, he was here. He was here for this incident. So, boom. Shout out to my man, Rick. Ryan Earlston, hold on. Moment of silence. Rest in peace, Rick. He was one of my closest homies. You know what I'm saying? So boom. We in the halfway house. A halfway house, for those of y'all who don't know what a halfway house is, a halfway house is a place where you go after you get released from jail. It's a little it's like a stepping stone before you could be released out into the streets. You got to go through this, like, it's people who don't know about it, it's sort of like a program, but in all actuality, it's a place for you to be designed to keep going back and forth to jail. They're going to set you up, do some little bull crap, and make you go back to jail over something frivolous. That's what a halfway house is really for. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so we're in that place. We're in that placement. We're in the halfway house. All right. So, anyways, one thing that is so like valuable, precious, so like things you don't mess with is the phone, okay? This phone is your communication with the outside world. And even though we're kind of released, we're still not released because we only get like 2-3 hours a day out, and then we got to return back to this facility, okay? So one thing is so precious is the phone. You don't mess up nobody. You don't disrespect nobody about the phone, because that right there, it's like you disrespecting their family. You're stopping them. Like, it's like you just don't do it, okay? One thing about, if you ever plan on going to jail, or if you think you know somebody that's about to go to jail, make sure you tell them, do not mess with nobody's phone time. Period. All right. So in the halfway house at this time, 2012, it wasn't no cell phones. It wasn't no regular phones. They were machine phones. You had to put quarters in them, and you got 10 minutes. That's it. You would get 10 minutes on the phone every time you put one quarter in. Okay? That's it. So we used to have bags of quarters. So boom. They had this thing in the halfway house at Capitol Pavilion. It was called Count Time, where they go around, they make everybody go to your rooms. So you go to your room, and then a staff member will go through and count each person that's inside of each room. And these are sort of like dormitories, so it's like 6 to 5, or sometimes 7 or 8, or even 3 or 4 people inside of one little dormitory. Okay? So, boom. After the count, everyone is itching to go to the phone. So, like, you'll see people standing in the hallway just waiting. You can't go, but you gotta wait until count is clear, and then everybody runs to the phones because it's only about 5 phones, and then upstairs it's about 40 people. All right, so you want to be the first one to get to the phone. So, boom, they call count. We waiting. Now I'm standing by the door. I just came home. I got a few little pieces, you know what I'm saying? So I want to talk. I got a bag of quarters. Once I lock this phone in, like, I'm talking to every single girl that I got on the roster at the time, and I was a player. So boom. So I'm standing there waiting by the door. Boom. Next thing you notice, staff goes by. Everybody's itching. You're going to see a person at each door waiting to try to get to the phone the fastest. It's no harm or no foul. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody's going to do this. And first come, first serve. So, boom. One thing you don't do, right? Now this is what you got. This is called jail etiquette. These are the rules. This is the law of the land, okay? If you see a phone dangling off of the hook, that means two things. Somebody's actually on that line and don't mess with it, or there's somebody on that phone next and they're coming right to it, okay? And that means you don't touch it. You don't touch it at all unless you figure out what's going on first, because that is disrespectful. So boom. Long story short, staff member goes by. Now, once you don't see him no more, you got about 5 to maybe 10 minutes before count clears, and then you out. So boom, you don't see the staff no more. You go in the hallway, you see people standing around. We all looking around. We like, we want to get to these phones first. You feel me? I'm fast, you know what I'm saying? At the time before this, I had like a 4.443 speed. You know what I'm saying? Real tough, 4.340. So boom, I'm standing there like this. You hear through the buzzer, count clear. Boom, we take off. I get my joint, boom, I hold the joint for my homie. Yeah, we good. I put my quarters in. Boop, boop. So I'm like, boom. So before the person pick up, I'm like, because I only had like a couple quarters, I'm like, oh, I forgot my bag. So I dangle the phone, wham, and I run. And I'm telling you now, if I'm lying, I'm flying, and you ain't see me go nowhere, all right? It was just this fast. I would say the distance probably would have been about no more than 25 to 50 feet, where I had to run and go back and come to. All right, that is not far at all. Couple steps, ran, looked inside of my lockers where all your possessions and your belongings go. You know what I mean? You put a lock on it so nobody can steal it and stuff. So I go inside my locker, I reach in, grab my quarters, I run back out, run to my phone. When I get there, somebody's on the phone. The phone that I had dangled to let you know I'm coming right back within the next 10 to 15 seconds. I'm not wasting no time because I'm not wasting anybody's time because I don't want nobody to waste mine. Yo, when I tell you I wasn't even 20 seconds, I don't even know how he got all his numbers in and everything. Let me just go. So boom. I'm like, yo, you on the phone? Trying to be respectful. He looked back. I almost forgot his name. His name is LT. All right. Let me describe it. He's dark skinned. I don't know if we're the same size or if he's a little bit taller than me. We about the same size, same weight. You know what I'm saying? But I do got, I'm muscular. I stay muscular. You know what I'm saying? I always work out. But that's about it. So anyway, so when I look at him, I'm like, yo, you got through? Because I ain't trying to, you know what I mean? Like, he like, yeah. I'm like, yo, you saw the phone dangling? So then I hear something. I hear him first initiate somebody answering. So he like, hello, babe. Hold on real quick. So that let me know that she just picked up. So that let me know that you had time to hang the phone up because you just did something real disrespectful. You get what I'm saying? But now that you lied to me and said that she was already on the phone, then, yeah, that had me heated. You see this? Let's get this. So I'm like, he like, yo, I'll holler at you when I get off the phone. I'm like, yeah, you gonna holler at me when you get off the phone. So I go back and I sit behind him. I sit in a chair. It was almost similar to this right here. And I'm just watching the phone. I'm just watching him. But then I get mad at my man who I saved. My nigga, I saved the phone for you. I saved the phone for you. And you let a man jump in my grave. Like you let him jump. Like I'm looking at my man too like, you effing weirdo. But I love him though. But that's how I was looking at him at the time, and that's how you would have looked at him too. Don't sit there in front. So I'm standing there, but then I get this thought in my head when I'm sitting there. I'm like, no matter what happens, He wins because he gets a phone conversation. So when I'm thinking that, it only takes me about 20 seconds to make this decision. I'm like, no. You're not about to get your whole phone conversation when I'm back here looking like and feeling like this. No, not at all. Man, I get up. Shout out to Red. Shout out to Finesse the P. Finesse the P on Facebook. Shout out to you. You was also here for this situation. Quentin Swanson. Shout out to you, bro. And he was also there for the situation of Rockview too. I told y'all that I forgot a couple names, but he was right there. He pulled up on me like, bro, nigga, I was right there. But shout out to you, bro. You was here for this incident too. So if anybody don't believe anything I say in the Fact Factory, all you gotta do is reach out to these very known people that I'm naming in Harrisburg. Okay, reach out to them and be like, yo, is that authentic? Because I might have took some grams off. All right. So I walk over. I said, nah, you gonna come holler at me right now. Click! He jump up. The whole halfway house goes silent. Everybody, niggas is on the phone. They like, niggas is mid-argument. Shut up, you. They like, yo. First off, what he did was disrespectful. Okay? But with me, I don't get even. I get over. Like, what you do to me, I do more. You get what I'm saying? So, like, you had got that, now I got it. You get what I'm saying? Yo, he jump up. Oh, let me get my sneaks. He wanna go get his sneaks. Now, all the people that know me, they know what's about to happen. They sitting there like, yo, when I tell you, you can hear the girls on the other line like, hello, I'm on the other line, hello. Like, yo, niggas is not paying attention no more. They know it's about to go down. This is a serious moment. Something has to happen. In all actuality, somebody got to, yeah. So I go back in my room. I say, yeah, come in my room. So I go back in my room. And I'm just in my stance. I'm just waiting for him like this. Now, when I'm about to fight, I have a lot of things playing in my head. I have the things that I'm going to do to my victim playing in my head so I don't forget them and I can precise them and I can accurately precise them with precision. You know what I'm saying? I might have said that wrong, but y'all better not grind me up. I can accurately perform them precisely, okay? With precision, right? So in my head, I'm going to hit him with this move. Now, I have multiple moves, right? But this is the start, the very first start of this move right here. Now, after this happened, and I'm going to show y'all how to do it, all right? After this happened, I just kept doing it. And it just keeps working. And it's no reason to do any other moves because this works. It's the most fast, it's the most efficient, and it, you know what I'm talking about? So boom, I'm just back in my stance like this. Now, I'm away from the door. Let's say this is the door right here. All right. I'm away from the door about this much. Why? I'm giving him enough time to walk in and to shut the door without him thinking I'm going to straight attack him with a barrage. I'm letting you know, you're clear of enough space, but I'm not going to be way back here and give you all this momentum, even though that's not going to help you out anyway. But I'm just not going to do it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's called physics, okay? You don't want nobody charging at you because they create so much velocity and power. You get what I'm saying? That if they collide with you, it could be harmful. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, so I give him that much space. I'm waiting for him. I'm sitting there, my heart's like this. I'm just waiting. I'm just in my stance. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm going to look at what I can't see. I'm going to look at what I'm not going to hit. I'm going to look at what I'm not going to hit. I'm going right across that chain because I'm trying to get back on the phone. All right. I ain't trying to make this no scuffle, no long. I'm trying to get, so I'm like, I'm just about to try to put him out. I ain't about to do all this look all pretty because I be trying to embarrass people. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm like, man, I'm just about to put him down and jump back on the phone. So boom, I can hear his footsteps. What you doing here? I'm in here, bro. Come on, come in this room. Now, the reason I don't even have to display the room number is because the dorms that we're in, they don't the walls do not reach to the ceiling. There's They're divided, basically, with dividers. There we go. So boom, that's how he knew he could hear because there's nothing really blocking it. You're gonna hear it. So boom, he comes in. He walks in. He got this gray gray tank top on. It's not even a white beat. He got a gray tank top on, some shorts and some sneakers. Right? He looked like he about to fight. So he walked in. Now when he walks in, he's like, "Yo, I'm saying." I said, "Bro. Look, we way past that. Just come on in here. Shut the door." He like, oh. I said, "Look at what you ain't gonna hit." So now when I'm walking up on him, I already have in my mind what I'm going to do. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put him and I'm going to make him focus on something. And it's so easy, guys and ladies. It's so easy to make somebody focus on one thing when you're in that moment of fighting. Why? Because when you're fighting, your adrenaline rushing, you're not really aware too much. You just want to get something over so you can say certain things. And I'm schooling y'all, all right? You can say certain things like this as such, because this is what occurred inside the fact factory. Ask the man who goes to sleep. Anyway, in my head, I'm saying this. Look at what you ain't gonna hit. Look at what you ain't gonna hit. Now, when I'm walking up on him, this is all happening in my head this fast. When I walk up on him, while he's like this, he's trying, he heard, you know. So he's like this. So when I see that, I need that down a little bit. And if I can get it down a little bit without creating no energy of even a small muster of a flinch, if I could do that with just my mouth, listen to me, with just my mouth, by saying this, or you just gonna leave that, you just gonna leave that open, huh? You just gonna leave that open, huh? And I start to focus on his stomach, right? Now, he's not a fighter. He's not skilled. He doesn't, no, most people ain't going to the gyms. Trust me. When I said that, now he's like, oh snap, I gotta close that. But he's not gonna do it right away. But guess when he is gonna do it? Guess when he is gonna do it? When he thinks I'm about to hit there. All right? Oh, you just gonna leave that open, huh? You just gonna leave that open? Huh? Boom! So soon as I go to swing, and if you didn't see it, slow it up. I go to swing, boom! So he goes, boom! Hits the ground. He's shaking, boom. Dudes is out front of the joint. I forget the one dude's name who was always gambling. He walk in. Red walk in. Red is Finesse the P. Lamar Johnson and his pup. They walk in. They like, I'm about to get back on the phone. Hop over him. Jump back over. Jump back on the phone. Boom. Now I dial the buttons and I dangle it again. Now everybody knows. I wish you would grab that joint. Everybody know now. They probably just gonna stay away from it. They know now. So once I do that, I dangle it because you get a processing for them to listen to who's calling them and for them to accept the call. So when they dangle it, I want to see what's going on. So I hurry up, run over and look. Bro, they holding this man up. Ask him if I'm lying. You heard the names. Ask him if I'm lying. And I probably can name a few more too, but I just can't think. Oh. Shout out Hood. Hood from out the South. He was here. Shout out Business from out the South. He was here. Who else was here? But anyway, like a lot of people's here. A lot of people know about the situation. But anyway, they holding him up, pulling him off the floor. He's like this. They're splashing water in his face. He's like, so I'm like, hurry up, run back over. I'm like, they splashing water on his face. He going swimming. Well, I'm like, what's up? What, you just called and hung up? Oh, nah, I called. And then some dude took my phone time when I went to go get the quarters, but now they putting water on his face because I knocked him out. You knocked him out that fast. Yeah. So boom. Now, the reason I kept going with the story after he was knocked out because it was a little funny situation, right? So we all on the phones, right? Everybody's conversation on the phone. You think I'm lying? I'm flying. Everybody's conversation on the phone now is, so he just knocked the ball out. Because mind you, it happened that fast that the people who was on the phone when he did that, they're still on the phone within the 10 minutes time required. That's how fast it happened, okay? So they're still on the phone, so they knew the altercation. So they're still talking to the people that they was on the phone with. So they're like, yo, he knocked him out that fast. Yeah. He knocked him out. He sleep. You can hear them all telling a little bit, even in Spanish, waka, waka, waka. Knock him out. It's like, nah, no disrespect, no shade. But anyway, so next thing you know, we all on the phones. So then you just hear it get super quiet. When it gets super quiet, be aware. Because it's always the silence before the storm. All right. So you hear it get real quiet. So I switched the phone real quick. And you see homeboy walk out, he like this. He go to sit down, he like, as if he's still incognizant, if I should say. He's still unaware of what's going on. He still doesn't even know his mode of speech yet because he's still messed up off of the discombobulation in the equilibrium of the functioning of me knocking his head in. Okay. So boom. He sits down, he wipes his face, he said, man, I'm good. As if someone asked him the question. As if, yo, you okay? No one asked him anything. It was super quiet. This man just sat down and was like, I'm good. Yo, we start laughing. Like, I'm like, yo, to the point where the girl on the phone, like, yo, what the heck is so funny? Yo, the nigga storm up, go to his room, and that's a short story for you on the Fact Factor. But the lesson today is this. Do not disrespect nobody. All right. Do not disrespect nobody. If you know the law of the lands, and if you was already locked up and you transition to the halfway out stage, then you already know the laws of the land, and they still are they still you gotta abide by them in the halfway house as well. And everybody knew that, but he was being disrespectful. You get what I'm saying? So do not disrespect anybody's property. And even if it's just for 10 minutes, that is that person's property because he got ownership within those 10 minutes. All right. So please respect everybody's property, whether it's a little piece of a packet of a salt. I mean, if it's a little salt packet, if it's theirs, ask them before they use it, see what's going on before you touch it, because that can really, really cause harm. That could be the last thing somebody needed. You don't know what somebody's going through. Please respect people's property. And also, when you take it there with somebody, don't try to talk. Don't try to talk when you get around, when you don't get around your homies. When you out there and you super, super tough, and then you get in that little closed confined setting when you gotta fight and all that, and you trying to talk, don't do that. Do that. Don't try to. Here's the lesson, okay? Do not speak publicly and then apologize privately. Okay? These are the lessons here today in the Fact Factory. Well, have a good day. Make sure y'all keep tuning in.